Hello, my
Hello,
name is
my name
Blanca
is Blanca
and
Quesada,
today I
and
will be
today I will be
speaking about
speaking about
internet fraud.
internet fraud.
This is an
This
issue
is an
amongst
issue
fellow
amongst fellow
Americans.
Americans.
Internet fraud
Internet
has
fraud has
become one of the
become
most
one of the
common
most
consumer
common
issues
consumer
in the
issues in the
country.
country.
The last thing
The last
anybody
thing
wants
anybody
is their
wants
money
is their
being
money being
stolen.
stolen.
Except, many
Except,
people don't
many
talk
people don't
about how
talk about how
internet fraud is a
internet fraud
major
is a
problem.
major problem.
This is why I
This is
am
why
here
I
to
am
help
here to help
educate families
educate
to make
families
better
to make better
financial
financial
decisions
decisions
while using the
while using
internet
the
because
internet because
at times
at
it may
times
be
it
too
may be
good to
too
be
good to
true,
be true,
and it's
and
best to
it's
stay
best
on
to
the
stay
safe
on the
side.
safe side.
Technology has
Technology has
innovated in
innovated
many
in
ways,
many
and we
ways,
use
and
it
we
in
use
our
it in our
everyday
everyday
lives.
lives.
We use the
We use the
internet to look
internet
up
to look
something
up
on
something
Google,
on
to make a
Google, to make
purchase
a
off a
purchase off a
website, check our
website,
bank
check our bank
accounts, or
accounts,
simply
or
use
simply
social
use
media.
social media.
So, what
So,
is
what is
internet fraud?
internet fraud?
Internet fraud is
Internet
the
fraud
use
is
of
the use of
internet
internet
services or
services or
software with
software with
internet
internet
access to
access to
defraud
defraud
victims or to
victims or to
otherwise take
otherwise
advantage
take
of them.
advantage of them.
The
The
overuse of
overuse
internet
of
by
internet by
consumers
consumers
increases the
increases the
chances of
chances of
internet fraud.
internet fraud.
Internet crime
Internet crime
schemes steal
schemes
millions
steal
of
millions
dollars
of
each year
dollars
from
each year from
victims
victims
and
and
continue
continue
to do
to
this
do
by
this
using
by
different
using different
methods.
methods.
The illegal
The illegal
activity that is
activity
being
that is
done is
being done
because
is
they're
because
after
they're
money.
after
They don't
money.
care
They
who
don't
you
care who
are
you
or where
are
you
or where
live.
you live.
Internet fraud
Internet
is one
fraud
of the
is one
top
of the
five
top
consumer
five consumer
issues.
issues.
This is
This
proven
is
by the
proven by
National
the National
Consumers League.
Consumers
They
League.
were
They
founded
were
in
founded in
1899.
1899.
They help and
They help
protect
and
social
protect
and
social and
economic justice
economic
for
justice for
consumers in the
consumers in
United
the United
States.
States.
Here are some
Here are
facts
some
people
facts
need to
people
know.
need to know.
According to the
According to the
NCL, this is
NCL,
the
this is
fourth
the
year in a
fourth
row
year in a row
internet fraud has
internet
been
fraud
an
has been
issue.
an issue.
Today's
Today's
estimated loss from
estimated loss from
consumers is
consumers is
$600.
$600.
This amount
This
doubled
amount
in over
doubled in
1
over
year.
1 year.
The biggest
The
scam of
biggest
all is
scam of all is
romance scam.
romance scam.
The estimated
The
loss from
estimated loss from
consumers in that
consumers in
area
that
is
area is
$2,000.
$2,000.
A romance
A
scam
romance
can be
scam
done
can
through
be done
fake
through fake
profiles on
profiles
social
on
media
social media
or online
or
dating
online dating
websites.
websites.
What happened to
What
meeting
happened to
people in
meeting people in
person?
person?
That's
That's
2018 for
2018
you.
for you.
Anyways,
Anyways,
it's
it's
amazing yet
amazing
scary
yet
because
scary
there are so
because there
many
are
ways
so many ways
consumers can
consumers
face
can face
internet fraud.
internet fraud.
One kind of
One kind of
internet
internet
scams are
scams are
websites. An
websites. An
individual can
individual
click on
can
a
click on a
website and
website
he
and
or
he
she
or
will
she
never
will
know
never
it's
know it's
fake,
fake
or will never
or will
think
never
it
think it
is.
is.
Unfortunately, there are
Unfortunately, there
fake
are fake
websites and it's
websites and
usually
it's usually
websites that seem
websites
to
that
come
seem to
off
come
too
off
good.
too good.
Fake
Fake
websites are
websites are
usually used to
usually
trick
used to
people
trick
into
people
buying
into buying
something from
something
that
from that
particular
particular
website.
website.
Fake
Fake
websites usually
websites
have
usually
odd
have odd
URL
URL
names.
names.
An
An
accurate
accurate
URL
URL
website usually
website
ends
usually
in
ends in
.org,
.org,
.gov, or
.gov, or
.edu.
edu.
However, if they
However, if
don't,
they don't,
there is a
there is a
correct way of
correct way
how
of
a
how a
URL should be
URL should
shown
be
on a
shown on a
website.
website.
The
The
protocol goes
protocol goes
first, and then
first,
the
and then the
subdomain, which is
subdomain,
the
which is the
www dot.
www dot.
The
The
domain name
domain
comes
name comes
after with the
after with
top
the
level
top level
domain, which
domain,
is the
which is the
.com.
.com.
Last comes the
Last comes
file
the file
path.
path.
HTTP is
HTTP
bad
is
and
bad and
HTTPS is
HTTPS
good.
is good.
This comes in
This
the
comes in the
beginning of a
beginning of a
URL.
URL.
It's
It's
important to
important
view
to
the
view the
certificate
certificate
details because
details
this will
because this will
indicate if the
indicate if the
website is
website
real or
is real or
fake.
fake.
It gives
It gives
information like the
information like the
organization,
organization,
serial number,
serial
and the
number, and the
location.
location.
Nonetheless,
Nonetheless,
the trust
the
seal
trust
says
seal
it
says
all.
it all.
If a trust
If a
seal is
trust
on the
seal is on the
website, then it
website,
is a
then it is
safe
a safe
website to
website
be
to
on
be
and
on
or
and or
purchase
purchase
items.
items.
A trust
A
seal is
trust
a
seal is a
picture or
picture or
logo of the
logo of the
website.
website.
Websites like
Websites like
Amazon,
Amazon,
eBay, or other
eBay, or other
websites have
websites
this
have this
logo.
logo.
Many people
Many
fail to
people fail
check
to
these
check
kind of
these kind
things,
of
and
things,
just
and
simply
just simply
checking
checking
this can
this can
prevent a
prevent
list
a
of
list of
problems.
problems.
The last
The
thing a
last thing a
consumer
consumer
wants is their
wants is
credit
their
card
credit card
information being
information being
stolen, but
stolen,
it
but it
happens.
happens.
This
This
happens due to
happens due
people
to
writing
people
down their
writing down
credit
their
card
credit
PIN
card
number
PIN
on
number on
paper or on
paper
their
or on
phone.
their phone.
The paper
The
or
paper
phone
or
can be
phone can be
stolen or
stolen or
lost.
lost.
It can
It
also
can
be
also be
stolen on the
stolen on the
internet by
internet by
saving
saving
credit card
credit card
information on
information on
websites that can
websites
be
that can be
hacked.
hacked.
For
For
example, my
example,
best
my
friend
best friend
Yareli was on
Yareli was on
Facebook,
Facebook,
and there was
and
an
there was
ad
an
about
ad
a website where they sold cheap clothing. She was curious and visited the website. She ended up ordering $30 worth of clothing plus the shipping fee. That package never showed up, and then she decided to check her bank accounts and found that the transaction went through and other transactions were being made. She called the bank and found that these transactions were being made in China. It hit her in the face because the website came from China, and they stole her credit card information. She had to close her account and her credit card. Another way is using a credit card somewhere and another person finding it and using it. Once it is misplaced, the best thing to do is call the bank and cancel the card. If there is no canceling, identity theft comes into place, then the consumer will really face financial issues. When placing an order online, it's also important for people to check their credit card receipts, because one day that money can disappear. To go into a different direction, who doesn't have a Netflix account nowadays? Surprisingly, many people do because it is a great deal. As we all know, Netflix is a streaming service where people can watch movies and TV shows whenever and wherever without commercials. Each person is required to pay a monthly payment to keep their account activated. The reason I mention this is because around this time of last year, there was an email being sent to people by Netflix saying people needed to update their billing information or else their account would be canceled. Many people believed it and fell for it. However, it turned out to be a scam, and hackers were trying to steal people's information. The picture above is an example of how it looked like on a person's email. This is the kind of thing consumers need to pay attention to because this isn't the only method of an email scam. BEC, which stands for Business Email Compromise, is a way of email scamming. This is targeted towards businesses who work with foreign suppliers and make wire transfer payments. The scam is carried out by real known business emails. Phishing and spoofing are scam techniques used to create fake documents or emails. To know if this technique was used as an email, the email will state they need personal information like credit card numbers or social security. Spam is probably the worst of them all because there are links or emails shown for an individual to click on, and this can crash a computer in various ways. Spam may also be used for identity theft. Consumers need to know if there is anything fishy about the email they may receive. It's probably best to ignore it. Following up on scams, malware and scareware are softwares used to destroy a computer and computer systems. Viruses, trojans, and worms is a distraction to reach their goal, which is crashing the computer to steal information or make transactions. This causes your computer to not work whatsoever. If this ever happens, it's best to get it fixed as soon as possible or buy a new one to stay safe. It is called a virus because it attacks like an actual virus. Once it attacks the computer, it won't be able to function. A Trojan horse causes the door to open so hackers can have easy access to the computer. A worm is a computer program that replicates itself to spread to other computer systems. There are various ways consumers can avoid this kind of problem. The consumers can stay away from odd links and websites and add security to the computer. The security will notify the user if it is a bad website. Since the internet has become a need in today's society, lotteries and fake auctions can now be done on the internet. A lottery is a thing where people buy tickets and the chances are odd. An auction is where people bid on goods like paintings or vehicles. I didn't know fake lotteries and auctions were considered internet fraud until I began doing research. There are ways to know if it is a fake lottery. First, the consumer should know if they did enter that particular lottery, and if not, then it's fake. The people that notify the consumer that they won will ask for personal information and a fee to receive the lottery. Next, when a consumer participates in an online auction, the first thing the person should do is check if the auction site is accurate. Using a trackable will prevent fraud too. Most importantly, the consumer should know what they are bidding, because if they don't, then a lot can go wrong. Social media plays a major role in internet fraud. Everybody uses social media because it is a way of communicating with others. People will most likely use Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat because these are very popular applications. For the past couple of years, fake profiling has become a thing people do. There's even a TV show called Catfish that depicts fake profiling. Fake profiling is when someone creates a fake account using another person's identity, such as their name, birth, and age. People will do this to trick people into giving them money or to create a romantic scam. A romantic scam is when a person meets another person through social media and begins a relationship. They're usually lying about who they are and use this kind of scam to hurt others or for money. Also, people will hack into people's accounts on social media. For example, many cyber criminals have been hijacking Facebook accounts to retrieve their credit card information or email. The owner of the profile account then has no access to their profile. It's important to know to protect your privacy and profiles on social media, therefore using different passwords and emails if possible. Anybody and everybody who once in their lives may have to do with internet fraud, and it's best to educate consumers. There's a solution to everything, and that is what I'm here for, to protect our consumers. Internet fraud can cause a drastic change in a person's life because they may have to change things to protect themselves. For example, people may need to change their credit card information, bank, email, or even social security. Internet fraud can also make a person start over with their finances, and this needs to be prevented. Here are some fraud tips consumers can take with them if they ever run into a scam or fraud. Consumers need to know who they are dealing with, the safety, and to stay consistent. First of all, on the internet, consumers need to know who and what they're dealing with. The problem with today's society is that many of us will not read what we should be reading because there's a catch to everything. For example, people never read the terms and agreement because it is too long and nobody has time to do that, or we're too lazy to read it. What do? We just click accept and sign up for God knows what. It's situations like this where consumers need to be careful. People should always reread anything they receive on the internet, especially if they are on the internet doing some research or simply shopping for clothing. Sometimes consumers don't know what to do, and the best decision to make is to call the BBB. The BBB stands for Better Business Bureau. This agency checks if the seller, company, or organization is legit. This is a great resource to depend on. Nonetheless, safety plays a huge role when using the internet. Nowadays, it is so much easier to buy things off the internet. You can pretty much buy anything off the internet. Obviously, cash is not a payment option, therefore a credit or debit card needs to be used. Many websites will ask to save a person's information so the next time they buy something, it's a lot easier to pay. I recommend not to do so because who knows what can happen. A hacker may go into the website and steal credit card information. I would suggest if it's a trusted website, then it's okay to do so. Many times, if an odd payment is made, the bank will call and reassure the person. The only good thing with paying with card is the person can cancel the transaction and receive their money back within days. A lot of people make the mistake of using the internet carelessly. The internet is not a safe place, and people need to be careful what they click and what they put on there. It's best to put a security on the device if their child uses it to get onto Google or YouTube. Speaking of being careful what to put on the internet, it's best to protect personal information. A person should never put their personal information because it can get stolen. With that being said, never send private information through email. If the website is a secured one, then it's okay to do so. But if it is like Facebook or Instagram, it's best to remain private. Every consumer should try and memorize their personal information if they want to take extra precautions. Internet fraud comes with inconsistency, and consumers need to be on top of things to avoid the situation. A great way for them to be on top of things is checking their bank accounts. People usually use their checking accounts to purchase material, but a savings account is an account used for backup. Often, hackers will get into bank accounts and steal money. Most of the time, those people won't ever see their money again, and that's horrible because people need money to live and get by in life. It's best for people to keep track of how much money they waste and how much they will have after wasting a certain amount. People can stay in contact with their banks if they have any concerns or questions. Not only should people check their accounts, it's important to ask for a credit report once or twice a year. A credit report is a detailed report of someone's credit history. This shows what people have bought and what kind of credit cards they have. If a person never looks into this, they will never know if they have good or bad credit. Every person in America needs and should want good credit because this is an advantage to certain investments they may want to make in the future. Taking responsibility and checking their private information will prevent internet fraud. Finally, here are some resources for consumers to use if they ever get involved with internet fraud or just have questions about things they may encounter with on the internet. These resources are all government agencies. These agencies are very helpful and useful for consumers to use. They provide a lot of information. The FTC, also known as the Federal Trade Commission, protects consumers from fraud and offers advice to those in need. The USA.gov website can be used to report fraud. The application needs to be done online, and then the government will handle the situation from there. The FBI is another good site or place to report fraud. They have a private center that deals with internet fraud. In most cases, the detectives will look into it and find a solution for the consumer. Last but not least, the BBB is a great agency to call to be reassured about certain things on the internet. I myself called the BBB once because I kept receiving odd emails from a website I had never heard of. They informed me that the emails were fake and not to reply or click on any link in the email. I automatically deleted the emails and made sure to never receive those again. Internet fraud has become one of the most common consumer issues for the past 4 years, and it's time we find a solution to this. These are the best resources to trust, but many do not know this information, and it is now the time we spread the word. I am Blanca Casala, and thank you for your time and cooperation. I hope with this information it can help families in many ways. I hope this helps prevent a lot of consumer issues in the near future. Bye.